It is yellow star 3 today, setting in motion harmony. A place where everyone has their own little spot. That's how we create harmony, is when everybody gets to shine in their own place, in their own unique way, in their own beauty. We're in the larger process of the White Worldbridger, the yellow human, the white mirror. We have let go, we have traveled, we are balancing the energies, and now we get to make new choices. The human lives consciously in this moment, to be present with everything that's in front of it, to reflect on the interactions and connections we make with others, to ask questions, to gain new insight, and to stand up for ourselves where needed, so that we can understand ourselves better, understand the other better, so that we can redesign life, redesign the world, redesign the way that we interact with one another, but also understand our own norms and values, understand how we want to live, understand how we can cooperate, and what ways we don't want to work with anymore. Welcome to Flow to Your Dream Life, where I guide you through the energies of the mind calendar to support you in your deep transformational process to flow towards the life of your dreams. So, we are in the White Worldbridger wave spell. We have let go. We have released. We may need to do some more releasing. But it's time to work on harmony with each other. It's time to find new common ground, new stability for cooperation, for working together, for being together. Whether that is in a very small union, whether it is in a community, a village, a town, a partnership in your own house, or a one-on-one relationship or a group. But we get to work on that cooperation, on stabilizing that. We get to work on healing the wounds that are slumbering within ourselves and each other. We get to be like the loving dog that helps us with unconditional love, with acceptance, with tolerance, with deep, radical self-acceptance. Because as we step into this interaction with the other, this brings forth the mirror. And the mirror shows us everything. The mirror shows us so many reflections of ourselves. Because everything we see in the other, everything we like, everything we dislike, everything we find difficult, all the behaviors that come up in the interactions with others, all the projections we might have of others, everything that happens when there are no others around, it's all reflections of ourselves. It's all leading us to deeper understanding of ourselves if we're willing to look. If we're willing to look into that mirror. It shows us so much. It teaches us so much about ourselves, about our lives, about our beliefs, about how we show up in the world, about what we carry with us, about where we are headed, whether that's what we think we're headed for or not. But it shows us a lot about the choices we make and the direction we are heading into, the interactions we step into. Whatever shows up in your life is asking you to have that attention, to have that conscious awareness, to evaluate, to really see what is showing up in your life and what you can learn from it. That is this wave, this process, which we are working with from the 29th of May until the 10th of June. We get to come to greater understanding of our lives, of our community, our relationships, greater overview, greater understanding and deeper insight. Now, in this interaction with the other, we may need to stand up for ourselves. We may need to set boundaries. We may need to ask critical questions or non-critical questions. Be open to learn. Be open to ask that question, to pierce through the silence, to really face what needs to be said, what needs to be seen or heard. This is how we can do that deep trauma healing. If we're willing to speak up about what matters, if we're willing to speak up about what comes up or what has been hiding in a dark corner for a very long time and needs to be talked about. And it is in this process where things are revealed, where things are made visible, where we see ourselves more deeply and see the other more deeply, that we can come to such great, deep self-acceptance and tolerance, and that we can really lay the foundations for deep, long-term cooperation, for a harmonic world, for a continuation of humanity in harmony with each other, with all life on earth. By facing the processes that come up right now. And it will come up again 9 months from now. And whatever we're working on now will come up in the coming weeks as well. But this is a beautiful opportunity we have right now in the first 2 weeks of June to really be present in the moment, to really come to deeper understanding, to make connections, to understand our own norms and values, to understand what is important, to understand what we can let go of, and to really see ourselves and the other without judgment. And within that, we can then follow our own path with wisdom, with understanding. We can then redesign our life. We can make new choices. We can change our beliefs. We can decide where we want to go. But we first have to face what needs to be seen. We first have to face what is still inside of us. What are we carrying with us? What still needs to be let go of? And what is showing up in those around you that together needs to be worked on? What frictions come up with the other that need to be considered, need to be heard? Because we're not alone in all of this. We're in a cooperation with all living creatures, and especially with those around us. And so as we design a new beautiful self and a new beautiful world, and as we take those actions and make those choices to change our lives, we get to consider all of that. All of ourselves and the other. And this is the beautiful process flowing to your dream life. This is how we make those new choices, how we make those decisions, how we do that deep reflective work, that deep shadow work to understand and to come into deeper alignment, deeper awareness, deeper consciousness, so that we can give expression to our soul, to that which we want to give expression to in this beautiful moment. So in this moment, make beautiful choices and keep doing that every day. Yeah. So that's the beauty of it. That's this wave. That's this process. And I'll see you in the next one. Have fun.